I can't think. What am I supposed to?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Conversing with KIZZY B. Y'all come on in and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my next video. It has been a while, people. I have not been live or recorded a video in probably about a month. I've had a lot going on. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. But anywho, I said I was going to review Real Housewives of Atlanta, my favorite franchise. And this is season 15. Episode 1 came on this past Sunday, and they coming in hot, 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 hot. This was a pretty good episode. You know, Atlanta been kind of a little shaky these past few seasons, but this looks like it's going to be a really good season. But we shall see. But this is only the first episode. But anywho, let's get into it. Episode started off with Sheree. She had on her little She by Sheree athletic gear. You know, people been saying that her outfits are from Shein. I don't know. Just like take a moment of silence for this. Let us pray that it's not from Shein, because if it is, she is wrong for that. Got these little people over there in China working their little fingers to the bone to make their little outfits, and then she's saying that they heard She by Sheree. But anyway, that's just the word on the curve. They've been saying that since last season. But she been trying to do She by Sheree for like 14 years. So probably I'm hoping that it take off. But I went on her website because her website had been crashing. That's what they say, but I don't even know if the actual website was up because every time I try to go on there, it was like nothing. But anywho, it started off with Sheree at her house. Martell Hope came over there. That's who she's dating now. And everybody know Martell. And if you don't know Martell, he is from Love and Marriage Huntsville. He is from Huntsville, Alabama. Used to be married to Melody Holt. He is now divorced and single and dating. Well, he was dating in his marriage too, so I don't know. I don't even know. But that's a story for another day. But anyway, Sheree dating him now. Let's take a moment of silence again for her picking men. Cause she just was dating Tyrone that was in the halfway house. Like, I'm gonna need her to get her picker right. Cause she done went from a jailbird to a, I don't want to call him no hoe, but hey, I don't know. We'll talk about that later. I'm supposed to be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I hadn't got around to it. But anywho, so he was in Atlanta for a photo shoot. He was doing a photo shoot for Upscale magazine. So he stopped by her house after the photo shoot. So she had a surprise. The surprise was a chef to come in and cook dinner for them. So he was just like, "What's the surprise?" And he was looking all around the kitchen. He was like, "Oh, that's the surprise."
Well. What took you so long?
Okay, so let's get with the semen.
So this was the surprise?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, what you thought it was gonna be? And he was just like, "I don't know. I seen a woman coming here, and I was just like, already." And so she started laughing. Then it went to the little green screen where she was talking about she was gonna do a threesome with her ex Bob, but he ended up doing the threesome. She didn't do it, but she ended up doing a threesome without her. And she, said that's the funny part about it. But I ain't seen nothing funny about it because she was married to him. But anyway, that goes to show you how her mindset is. I don't know if Sheree like lonely or if her self-esteem low. I don't know, because just looking at the episodes of her being on there over the years, it's just like she's not good with picking her men. They really just not good. They don't treat her right. They just Bob. I don't know. He was abusive, and then when she was trying to give him another chance, he's, you know, he was saying some little arrogant, narcissistic things. Like, then she went from that to Tyrone. Tyrone was in prison. Then he went to the halfway house. He stood her up. She's supposed to meet him last season. He stood her up. That was just wrong. So now she with Martell. Martell had 4 children, and I ain't gonna say apostle because he got another child. So he had 5 kids, 4 with his wife, and 1 with the side chick. And I don't want to call her no side chick because they were a full blown relationship they was in. Like 5-6 years. I don't know. He was in a relationship while he was married. And I just don't think he's the right person for her. Not saying that he a bad guy. I don't know him personally, but I don't know about that. But anywho, that's her business. Let her live her life. So then it changed up until it went to KANDI. Um KANDI was at the candy factory. She was sitting there talking to Don Juan and Carmen. You know, KANDI, Don Juan, and Carmen. You know, Don Juan is like the manager. Carmen was her former assistant, which is her actual best friend. And they always was called a candy coated clique. So they was up there just laughing about that and, just reminiscing about that. And so they brought up Sheree. Don Juan asked KANDI had she talked to Sheree, and she was like, nah, she hadn't really talked to her. And then they was talking about Sheree website, how it crashed, and she wasn't selling nothing. And KANDI was just like, she won't accept any help, and she won't pay people. KANDI offered to help her. Like, why wouldn't you allow KANDI to help you? Come on now. You've been trying to do She by Sheree for 14 years. You got somebody as business savvy as KANDI. Offer her assistance. She ain't say nothing about you had to pay her. Because Sheree is, quote unquote, allegedly known on the streets for not paying people. And she could have helped you. KANDI got a store, and her store is online, and she has a brick and mortar. So, like, why not have her help? I don't understand why everybody be coming for KANDI, and KANDI is so resourceful. So they were just talking about that. And then Kenya showed up and Monyetta showed up. So they all was sitting around talking. If they were going to Sonya's birthday party that she was throwing for her husband. And everybody was saying that they pretty much was gonna go. Kenya was like, "You think Sheree gonna bring Martell?" And they was just like, "Is she serious?" Monyetta was like, "Well, is she serious about him or what?" Because they was like, the streets in Atlanta are talking. I guess everybody streets be talking. Because I'm from Mobile. Mobile streets be talking. I live in Tuscaloosa, so I don't know about their streets for real. Because I don't be out there in them like that. So I'm quite sure they streets be talking too. But anyway, they saying Atlanta streets be talking. How he be dating several women in Atlanta. And so Ken was just like, well, he lightweight tried to talk to me. And Ken was like, what?
He lightweight try to talk to me.
What?
Yes.
No.
Reaching out via Instagram.
He slid up in your DMs. So Ken was like, well, let me see. She pulled it up. And so Ken was like, accept it. So when she accepted it, it wasn't a message there. So that meant he deleted it. But so I guess we'll never know what he was in her DMs for. He could have just been trying to ask her a question, Kiki. But anyway, I don't know about that. So what else? Oh, I forgot to tell y'all when Sheree and Martell was sitting there talking, she was telling him about the party too. And so Martell was like, us black folks, we want to know who all gonna be there, baby. Before we show up, who all gonna be there? That's the first question. So he was just like, who all gonna be there? Sheree was like, well, KANDI gonna be there, KANDI Todd. So he was just like, oh, she called me an opportunist for, so he feels some type of way about KANDI and Todd. And he was just like, ain't they like 3 feet tall? Throwing shade, KANDI short. And Todd short too. He 5'7". The producers, they messy. They gonna put them side by side. Todd 5'7", KANDI 5'3" with heels on. So he feeling some type of way, a little salty about that. But she wasn't really saying he was an opportunist, but she was kind of saying she felt like he was using her for publicity. But either way, it is what it is. Everybody use everybody in some shape, form, or fashion, in my opinion. Especially in the entertainment industry, in their lifestyle that they live. Oh, Monyetta threw her husband a birthday party. Her husband's name is Heath. She threw him a birthday party and Kenya came. So she hooked Kenya up with one of her friends. His name is RHOA. So Kenya is, kind of lightweight dating him. Mind you, Kenya's divorce still is not final. I don't know what's going on. It's the longest divorce, I think, in history. And it shouldn't even be that serious. Mark lawyer from the last I read dropped him from being his attorney. So I don't know what's going on. But Kenya say she got to move on. She said this chocolate barber got to move on, baby. So she moving on with her life. She said she been going through a divorce since 2019, or separated since 2019. So it's 2023. It's very much time for you to move on. But I would rather you move on when the ink dry on them divorce papers. But hey, who am I? Oh, then it went to Sonya, and Sonya talking about her, preparing for the birthday party and planning that. And so she talked about all the people she got living in her house. She a good one, but she Jamaican, so they might be part of their culture or something. I don't know. But she got her mom and dad living there. It's her husband, and her son. It's her sister and her sister husband and they 2 kids. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. Let me say it one more time. Ain't no way, boy. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Them too many people under one roof. Too many adults under one roof. Too many women under one roof. It's only gonna be one vagina in my house, adult vagina in my house, and that would have to be me. Ain't no way. So she was talking about how her brother-in-law it's been hard for him to tap into the real estate because they used to live in Houston. I don't know if that was actually where they was from, born and raised or whatever, because I know they actually from Jamaica. They're Jamaicans. So I don't know how long they lived in Houston, but I guess that's their home base here in the States. But so it's been hard for him to tap into real estate since he's been in Atlanta. So she hired him as her assistant. So her sister jumped in, was just like, "You pretty much disrespectful." Like, cause she was asking him, has it been easy being her assistant or what? And he was just like,
Much harder.
Much harder?
Yeah, yeah.
and then her sister jumped in, was
Oh, well, I think that you don't respect boundaries. You're trying to find something else for him to do instead of allowing him to just eat his dinner.
that, and then she was just saying how, I put my kids be ready to eat dinner at 6:30. You'll come in at 6:29 asking them do they want to go outside and play. And of course they want to go outside to play. And so they kind of had a little tiff. See, that's why you don't have a bunch of adults in your house. And she was just saying like how it's good to have support, but then she's the supporter because she said how her mom used to be her manager. So, they ate off of her mom and her dad. Then her sister used to be her stylist. So they ate off her. So, she just like she's responsible for her whole family. And I guess that sometimes can be overwhelming. But you ain't gonna be in my house talk crazy to me. I mean, that's just a little extreme telling me I'm being disrespectful. Look, I come home, I'm finna take my baby outside to play. I'm just asking, hey, y'all want to go too? If they can't go, just say they can't go. Don't get mad at me for offering. I mean, good grief. You already up in my house living rent free, chilling. And I'm out here in these streets hustling and bustling. But anyway, so that changed to uh I'm just hitting the high points too. To Marlo. So Marlo, she got her nephews. She was saying her sister is out of jail, but she hadn't heard from them. And the nephews haven't heard from them. And they in a pretty good space. And the nephews cook, tacos for her. So they all sitting around eating dinner. And then the life coach came in. She got a life coach to help her navigate. Because if y'all watched the show, y'all remember last season, she had put the boys out. Like, how you gonna put them children out? Come on now. I know they get on your nerves. Don't get me wrong, because kids will get on your last nerve. I'm talking about the last of the last. But you don't put them out, especially when they already been put out and went going from pillar to post. But she ain't know no better. She got overwhelmed. But anyway, they working things out. The life coach is helping her navigate into being, a mother, because this is something new for her. So, that's pretty much been going pretty good, seem like. So she went to talking about KANDI. KANDI is the center of everybody's conversation, seem like. She went to talking about KANDI, and she was just saying how she ain't talked to KANDI or whatever. I guess her and KANDI still beefing, or she still feeling some type of way towards KANDI. And she was just saying, How about Kandi? What she say about Kandi? Kandi ain't the Broadway ain't working for Kandi, singing ain't working for Kandi. Does she even know what Kandi got going on? Like, has she even pulled up Candi's resume? Kandi just won, if I'm not mistaken, a Tony. But I mean, she just did a movie. I mean, her own movie, like two, her and Todd. Like, what? I don't understand why they be hating off this girl. Because every time they hate off her, she don't do nothing but turn it, twist it, and end up profiting off of it. That's just crazy to me. They just hate us. So then it changed to Sonya going over Sheree house. They was working out. Sheree brought up Kandi again, talking about she thought her and Kandi was in a good place, but Kandi been doing spoofs. That's just Kandi thing. I mean, it's funny. You know what a spoof is when they just do a episode of when they talking about like a scene of each other. So she just redid a scene of her and Sheree at the reunion last year. So Sheree feeling some type of way about that, which is crazy. It was funny. It was just a joke. So Sheree friend, it's a newbie, Courtney. She a friend of the show. She came over, and of course Kandi name came up again. I don't see how Kandi do it. Her ears ought to be ringing 24/8 because everybody always got something to say about her. It got to be exhausting. She was telling Sheree and Sonya about a friend of her was saying that Kandi was looking her up, trying to see who she was, and Kandi was saying uh that she said that she was friends with Kandi, and she never said she was friends with Kandi, and all that. So of course, a bad thing of telephone go around because they get to talking. Sonya told Marlo, and so Marlo was just like, so I mean, Courtney need to confront Kandi about it. So it all switched to the scene of Ross, Sonya's husband's 40th birthday party. They did a Harlem Nights theme because he loved Black history and he loved casinos. So she did a Harlem Nights theme. And so everybody was pretty much getting along. And here come Ralph coming in. Everybody was asking where Drew was, and he was saying that she had a family emergency. How she just had a family emergency? Y'all married. Now y'all got a family emergency, and you should have still been at the house with the emergency. But you out here at the party. But he said his green screen he had to come out and celebrate his boy 40th birthday. So Drew is where she at. But I guess it's all a setup too and scene because y'all know Drew filed for divorce. Well, both of them filed for divorce. We hadn't heard anything else, but I'm sure it's gonna play out on the show because they say they started back filming because they had stopped filming when Drew filed, but they started back filming some more when Drew and Ralph filed for divorce. So we're gonna see that play out on the show, I'm sure. So everybody was getting along. Next thing you know, Sheree and Martell showed up. Kenya Manetta and all them looking like, oh, she brought him. So Manetta pulled Sheree to the side eventually, and her and Kenya. And she was just like, are y'all serious? Are you just dating? She said, because the streets been talking. And Sheree was like, what the streets been talking about? Saying that he's dating, other people, blah, 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 blah. So they talked about that in one scene. Then in the other scene, Child Courtney came and confronted Kandi about that. That's so petty. Talking about, and Kandi was just like, what? I don't know you. And she was just like, yeah, I don't know you. And she was just like, and you said that I said that we were friends. She was just like, I never said that. She said, I said that I knew the person that you were with, but I didn't know you. And she was like, Kane was like, yeah, I pulled up. She said, because that's what we do. If somebody asks if you know somebody, and we do that, everybody do that. Do you know somebody and you don't know or their name sound familiar? You're gonna go to their social media page to see a picture to see if you do know them or if you know of them or something. I mean, that's just normal. But the girl was just bucking, was like, I don't know you. And she just all this. And Kandi was like, what's all this energy? She's just like, I don't know you. What energy? So, her and Kandi had words. And Kandi was like, Kandi, y'all, she don't like that. Kandi plays not. I don't care how business savvy she is. I don't care how rich she is. Kandi got that hood in her, baby, that College Park in her. Kandi was like, look, you need to calm all that down. What is all that bucket about? Because girl was just like, doing all like this and doing all like that, and I don't know you, and I wouldn't say I know somebody, or if I didn't know them and all this that. I mean, she was just like, where all this energy coming from? But y'all know them friend of the shows be doing all this extra stuff. They be a little extra. I guess they be trying to do what they gotta do to get their peach. But it don't never work because you cannot come at the OG of the show sideways, because that's the for sure way not to be back next season. But anyway, but she was just all rat tat 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 tat. And Katie was just like, look, you need to bag up. And so the girl's like, you need to calm down. And Katie was just like, I'm about to headbutt this B.
The energy you just. But you just bounced up at me. Well, let's bring it down. Well, stop bouncing at me. Well, calm the down. No, bitch, don't you bitch. Okay, you better. I'm about to headbutt this bitch.
You know, I was just ready. I was just like, wait a minute. Okay. What we about to do? We about to do what we about to do. We about to knock if you buck up in here. So anyway, Todd coming over, Sonya, she trying to, I don't know, diffuse the situation, but to me, she making the situation worse. She telling her, well, you remember when we were sitting there at Sheree house talking? Girl, shut up. You ain't making things no better. Then it flipped back to Monyetta and Sheree and Kenya talking. And so Sheree was just like, Kenya was like, well, he kind of slid in my DMs. And so Sheree was like, well, let me see. And she was just like, well, if this so, let me call him over here. So it was going off then. So Martell came over there. They had words. So Martell, if anybody know Martell for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Martell do not back down to nobody. He gonna say what he want to say. So he was saying stuff to Kenya. So if anybody know Kenya gonna pop back off. So Kenya then called this man. She said, once a cheater, always a cheater. They had words. So it's about to go down. Episode 2. So this episode is pretty much off to a good start. It got drama. Episode 1, it's about to be good, because typically on these shows it be just kind of blah the first few episodes, and then it'll start getting into the drama, getting into the juice or the tea or whatever you want to call it, the KIZZY B or whatever. But anyway, it'll start getting good later on in the episodes. But this episode was pretty good. But I don't know. They coming for Kandi this season, though. They are coming for her. And they coming in hot, 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 hot. But anyway, y'all, that was episode 1, season 15, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Comes on Sundays on Bravo. So y'all keep up. And let's talk about it. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this first episode. If y'all are Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, let me know. Drop down in these comments. Let's talk about it. Let's converse about it. Let me go to this news. I don't know if it's disturbing or not. Everybody trying to say they ain't see this coming, but I seen it coming. Because if I don't know Kim personally, but I know Kim from watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta and from watching a couple of episodes of her Don't Be Tardy for the Party show. I ain't really like that because I ain't like the fact how she used to act. But anyway, if y'all been in the news, on social media, on the internet, unless y'all just off the grid, and y'all haven't heard that Kim Zolciak that filed for divorce from Kroy, not Kim and Kroy, baby, they was like this. I'm talking about like this. I'm talking about like this. Thicker than thieves. I'm talking about Bonnie and Clyde. I'm talking about Whitney Houston and what's his name? Kevin Costner, Bodyguard. Like when you see Kim, you gonna see Kroy standing back there like this. But yeah, she done filed for divorce. So she was saying they've been divorced after 11 years of marriage. And they saying that Kroy is not bitter. Kroy probably tired and stressed out trying to keep up with Kim, baby. Because Kim spend money like it grow on trees, literally. And she used to Big Papa. Y'all know she dated Big Papa. Big Papa was a married man she was dating that pretty much was doing everything she wanted him to do. Big Papa came and wrote that $54,000 check for that Escalade she bought in one of them seasons of the Housewives, baby. So she used to that. And Kroy, he ain't got them coins like that. But anyway, Kim said that they've been separated since April the 30th. I had to take a moment of silence for that lie because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So this is saying Kim is demanding primary physical custody of the kids and joint legal custody. She is also seeking spousal support and to legally restore her maiden name. First of all, y'all don't have no money separately nor together. So why are you asking for spousal support? Why? You know y'all don't have no money. Y'all owe the I to the R to the S. Y'all owe Uncle Sam, and Unc want his money. Unc coming for you. And y'all owe the state of Georgia. Y'all ain't got no money like that to be. Girl, sit down somewhere. They say their breakup comes as the couple is facing serious financial issues. The insider claimed the money woes did indeed play a part in the breakup. Duh. Anybody know Kim? You know that money gonna play a role. Kim about money. That's all she about. That's all she has ever shown herself to be about. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Let's say allegedly.
Just from watching the show. But anyway, they have been accused of owing the IRS $1.1 million in unpaid taxes, interest, and penalties from 2013, 2017, and 2018. Who owing that type of money to the I, to the R, to the S? You don't owe Uncle Sam them type of coins. You done lost your mind. Oh, they slapped the couple with the lien. You know, back in February, if I'm not mistaken, their house was in foreclosure, about to be taken, and she got on social media and cussed everybody out for saying that. But she's like, she'll be a fool to put all the millions of dollars into a house and let her house be sold for like it was about $230,000, just roughly, that her house was going to be sold out for. But it is what it is. But some kind of way, I guess they came up with the money because that all went away. They allegedly also owe the state of Georgia $15,000 for unpaid taxes from 2018. The rumors of the money struggle spread months ago. I don't know. They got married in November 11th, 2011. And it's sad because he don't talk to his family because of Kim. Like his mom, his parents tried to tell him about they did not approve of that marriage. And so like how you go from that? And I was just like, to not have your family like that, especially when your parents were close, you and your mom were close, and you didn't, forsake your family for your wife, which is what you're supposed to do. And then the marriage don't last, that kind of make you, I don't know, feel some type of way. I know I would. And I mean, your parents don't even know your kids, and you got 4 kids. They have 4 kids together. But all the age 11 and under, I think. And then he adopted her 2 older kids. Like it's crazy. And she's talking something, it's irretrievably broken. Like if he won a lottery or something between the day and tomorrow, I bet you it'll be back together again. She about that coin and she trying to think of her next move, but she knows she can't think of being married. But anyway, she need to quit. But baby, everybody got something to say about this. And y'all, if y'all know Bethany Frankel, who was on Real Housewives of New York, she got a podcast. And baby, Bethany say exactly what's on her mind. She do not care. She came on and she said he's on a football salary. She's on a housewife salary. And they're spending like the effing planes going down. And the thing is, you can't spend more than you make. Franklin went on to say that she believes Kim and Kroy simply got caught in the trap that other alums fell into, which is spending a bunch of money to keep up with their appearances. And that's what Kim do. Kim, she spend money on top of money on top of money. And if you watch the show, you will see. Bethany said, it's the old housewives model to get on the show, make no money, spend, 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 logo, car, house, bankruptcy, foreclosure, because you can't ever keep up with your writing checks you can't cash. And it's gross, she said. She said, it's like, what's wrong with America? When the whole real estate bubble crashed, that was because people were just financing their houses and the whole thing imploded. And I heard Kim and Kroy owe $1 million each. And it's like, good, pay the IRS. She can tell you, you gotta F and pay. You want to play, you gotta F and pay. So Frankel ultimately believes that since the couple has brought everybody into every single detail like they're perfect, everyone gets humbled real quick. She added the couple should just expect to be heavily scrutinized. You're gonna be scrutinized. You in the public eye. That's just inevitable. And then Kim, they know they gonna be able to do to stop that. They killed me to say, respect our privacy at this time. Your whole life been public. Now you want to go through a divorce and to respect your privacy? No, we want to know what's going on. And that point blank period. I know I do. Bethany said you invited us in when it was going good and it looked like a fairy tale or made us believe it was. Well, guess what? We're coming out with you too, she said. So no one's gonna effing respect your privacy at this time because there's no privacy at this time. Frank will caption the explosive clip. Pay your bills. Don't front and stunt. I'll show and no go. Pay your bills. Hashtag. And I'm with Bethany when she right. Like, come on now. Pay your and let us know what's going on. Because what you're not gonna do, what you absolutely not gonna do, is try to file for divorce and say respect my privacy. That ain't what you're gonna do. Because what you should have done was after you got that house out of from being foreclosed on, you should have sold it. Sold it, paid your bills off, move to something smaller and modest, and try to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta or something, and try to get a job. Because I don't think neither one of them were working because their show was canceled a couple of years ago. So I don't think they was doing anything. And I know Kroy on that football retirement probably not much because it ain't like he was just a top notch player. And I ain't trying to be funny. He played for the Falcons. He wasn't making all that. So, especially to live up to the lifestyle that she was trying to live off of. And she had that show for 8 seasons. 8 seasons, you should have something saved up, something invested. There's no way. There's no way that your house should be in foreclosure. You should be on the IRS all this money. This just bad business. This just ridiculous. But anyway, I ain't here to talk. I ain't here to gossip. Y'all ain't heard it from me. I'm just telling y'all what's in the news, keeping y'all up to date on what's going on. That's all I have to say about it. But I'm gonna be praying for them because y'all hate to see marriages break up. I really do, especially when they have 4 kids. You got 4 kids. That girl popped out 4 babies and popped them bad boys out quick. And now to break up just because you have money problem. What happened to richer for poor? I'm listening. Y'all, what happened to that part? I guess people don't care no more. People don't honor their vows anymore. At the first sign of trouble, they ready to jump ship. And I think it's ridiculous. Like, I don't want to say for rich or for poor when I get married. I want to say for richer or for richer. Now, if it happens, we're going to get through this together. But I ain't trying to claim it in no vow. I ain't trying to claim it, period. Because you have what you say. That's what the Bible say. You can speak things that are not as though they were. And I ain't speaking it into my life and into my marriage. But I don't know. Y'all pray for Kim and Kroy here. And y'all watch that next episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Drop down in them comments and let me know what you think. Let me know. Let me know. Y'all like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell and share. And I appreciate y'all watching. And y'all always remember to what? Pray with me. Don't play with me. Good night.